learn.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. And I want to welcome Patrick from Siser North America. And I'm going to introduce him here in just a second. But I just wanted to say that today is the first day of our A Cut Above Summit. And we've been getting some great feedback on the classes. Lori just made a comment here in our comments today. They are wonderful. So if you have not grabbed your free ticket, you can do so. Right below here on this little ticker is a link. And so you can go there and grab your free ticket. Today's classes are available until 9 a.m. tomorrow Eastern time. And so you'll have an opportunity to view those. And we've had a couple of little glitches, but people have been emailing me, which I super appreciate. And so I just wanted to tell you that I think I've gotten them all corrected now, and we're getting things up and running. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Terry Johnson, and I have been conducting conferences and workshops, of which Siser has been a part of from the very beginning for about 10 years. So I'm really excited to have Patrick join us today, and I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we'll get started.
All right. Well, thank you so much. First of all, you're like the crafting, the crafting liaison for this event, making sure we're all in order and in check. It's been awesome to work with you and the team, and thank you guys, so much, obviously, for letting us be a part of it again. We've always been excited. Back to my buddy Joe when he was here doing Silhouette Summit type stuff and all of that. It's always been a really, really fun time. So thank you. But for anybody out there that doesn't know me, my name is Patrick Ali. I'm the lead educator here at Siser, and also one of our product developers who was on the team that created the Romeo, the Juliet, and Leonardo Design Studio. So it's really exciting to do these kind of things, not only because I love education first and foremost, but for the most part, I get to share really, really fun stories and things like that with you guys as well. And just for anybody out there, we have Adam, who's our grammatical gatekeeper, as we call it, our copywriter in-house. He's hanging out over in the comments, as well as the maestro of the evening, always, as we announce on ours, is Anna.
Hi, Anna.
So she's
hey, everyone.
She'll be popping in to answer any questions that you guys have. So if you have any extra questions, please feel free to ask away. If we don't get to them today, I promise you, if you check out our summit video, which is obviously the spirit wear with unique effects using Siser HTV, you definitely, hopefully a lot of those questions are answered, but you can always follow us at Siser North America everywhere as well for any other
Patrick, not to interrupt, but your presentation is live tomorrow.
Okay, cool. It's live tomorrow, which I'm excited about. Yes. So that'll be spirit wear with unique effects using HTV. And in that, I show you things like just a simple set the foundation of layering multicolor design is one of the big things that we do. The other piece of that class as well is using some new techniques and effects like the mesh technique here at Siser, which is a beautiful addition to any design or any creation. So I'm excited for you guys to see it, and I'm excited to see what questions come out of it. So thank you so much for having us.
So, yeah, we're really excited to have you here today. Now, Anna and Adam are both online here with us, and so they've asked if you have any questions, please just post them in the chat, and we will get them answered. I just want to welcome everyone. Becca said she is loving so far what she's watched. Awesome. I know that these classes are amazing, and we have the best instructors. So just make sure you get in there today and watch the classes. If you run out of time or if your schedule doesn't permit, in the comments, I have a link for the All Access Pass. But we have a lot of great things going on today. So,
Very cool.
Patrick, why don't you share with us some of the new things that are going on at Siser?
Absolutely. So just for anybody out there that has heard Terry and I both say, the way to pronounce our name is Siser. I feel like we always have to start with that because most people say Siser or Scissor, and I just say whatever your phone autocorrects to, we'll go with it. It's no big deal. But it actually is Siser. It's the combination of the two original founders, Sergio and Simona. We started back in the 1970s in the fashion industry in Vicenza, Italy. We moved over into the US, and our home base here for North America is actually about 15 minutes north of Detroit, Michigan. And that is where we have run our team here for the last 12 or 13 years in distributors and resellers where you typically can find our material, or in retail and things like Michael's. I'll still say Joann's. I know it's fresh for everybody, but I'm still going to say Joann. But anyways, for us here at Siser, we just love to continue to innovate. And this year has been a really fun year of new product launches and things that we're doing. Now, some of the things you'll see in the class as well is some of our newer products that we've come out with. And just to kind of give you an overview of some of the newer things that we've done, and maybe I'll be able to show some as well. One of the products that we launched, we had heard from the audience when we launched Puff. They said, hey, we love solid color Puff, but we need something new. And so for us, we took that as a huge challenge. And actually, let me just get on into the other camera here and I'll start showing you some stuff. We took that as a huge challenge to kind of elevate and do something different. So through that, we were able to create the metallic Puff. So we were able to create a Puff material that has a metallic finish, comes in silver and in gold, complements and accents really, really nice to pretty much everything. This is actually the original shirt that was pressed. And a fun fact about this shirt was pressed at a trade show before we had already launched the product. Just to see who would get excited about it or who would talk about it. And this was honestly the talk of our trade show booth for the full 3 days. And we didn't even launch the material yet. So it was a really, really great addition to the Siser team and what we were able to kind of create in our world. So it's, again, it's
Patrick, I don't want to interrupt, but I want to share. I have a metallic Puff project too. This was a project from let me hold it up. It's hard to hold up on this camera.
That's what I was struggling with this one too.
I know. This is a project from this month, All Things Silhouette Club. And the outline of the word Merry is in Siser glitter. And Merry is the Puff HTV, and Christmas is metallic HTV from Siser. Nice. All Siser projects.
Very cool. Now, and one, you also showed a really cool technique that we do show in the class as well on showing how to build a contour. And some, for the Cricut users, you may know it as a slice, or for us here at Siser, we call it a knockout, which is just basically building a contour around your design. So that's also something, I'm glad you showed that one, because that is something that will kind of show along the way as you get into the class and using some of these new techniques. So really, really excited about those two products. Another thing that we launched, if you are somebody that already currently has Romeo or Juliet, the high definition cutters that we have here at Siser, or you're using Leonardo Design Studio, we've had a crazy year of updates for the software, and we're very excited for some of them. But one of the most notable updates that I love about the software is the ability to start creating rhinestone templates right from your software itself. So this right here is using two different materials of holographic, or two different colors of our holographic HTV to give the faux rhinestone effect. So you can really see, oh, sorry, actually 3 colors. There was a green sneaking up on me at the top. But you can really see that you can start creating and making things really quickly in Leonardo Design Studio and utilizing heat transfer materials. So what does that mean? You don't have to have rhinestone flock. You don't have to have a bunch of different rhinestones on hand. If you don't, if you need to run to the store to get rhinestones, or you need to order them and wait for them to come in, you can grab a piece of holographic material, mimic the same effect. But as most people know that use rhinestones in their softwares, or any type of software any type of rhinestone software in general, these things get expensive. So having that inside Leonardo Design Studio, having that in one subscription service that you get all these different tools and techniques and things that you can do is something that really got us excited about launching tools like the rhinestone tool or like the vectorizing tool and things that we have in Leonardo.
I did have somebody ask me this morning, and other people might be interested in this.
Yeah.
She is getting a Juliet for Christmas. And so she wanted to know if she could wait, if she purchased the all access pass. For those of you that don't have the all access pass, Siser has an amazing bonus in the all access pass of 6 months free of Leonardo Pro, right? Am I saying that right, Patrick?
Yeah. So in Leonardo Pro, absolutely. And that one, as far as I'm aware, and Anna can confirm it, I believe that goes until 2050, right?
Yes, Adam just confirmed this morning that Tony said it pretty much indefinitely. So you guys can utilize that whenever you get a Juliet. Just hang on to that code.
So I thought that was a good thing for people to know.
And also, as you guys know too, our friends over at Creative Fabrica, who supplied us with an awesome package that I was able to utilize, and our team was able to work with their team to curate a really awesome package of fonts, designs, and assets that you guys can use. That's all available as well for during the class. So you'll actually get that in addition to the class. And I definitely have to shameless plug our friends over at Creative Fabrica, because as of right now, they're doing their all access. And I want to say it's $47 for the year. So for $47,
40, maybe 49, I don't know, but it's
right around there. And honestly, you guys, you get millions of different assets, fonts, designs, everything to kind of get you started. And a lot of them are commercial free. So it's definitely something that you want to kind of get your hands on, or at least try out for a year. I mean, for under 50 bucks for a year to try out a bunch of stuff like that is pretty cool.
Well, there's a free trial, and you can do that. It's one of the giveaways. So it's good for either 10 designs or a month. That's what they told me. So,
very cool.
So we got a couple of questions. Are you ready for those?
Let's go for it.
Okay. So Tammy said she's struggling with her puff. And she needs a different press. She said, I watched you present about puff with your 9x12 Siser, but I would like a 15x15 suggestions.
Awesome. That's a great, first of all, Tammy, that's a great question. And if that, Tammy Lewis, I believe you're from Michigan too. So let me know where you're from in Michigan. But for that, I will say the big thing with puff, whether you're using regular puff, metallic, or the glitter puff, is pressure. So obviously we talk a lot, and I know Terry has taught it for years, of time, temperature, and pressure are your three keys to a solid application. With puff, it just needs a little bit more pressure. So things like a Cricut Easy Press, or even like the HTV Ron Auto Press, the first version, sometimes don't give enough pressure and or distribute the heat the way that you need it to make it work. Now, if you don't want to go with a 9x11 and you want to bump up to a 15x15 squared, definitely reach out to our friends at Heat Press Nation. They have an incredible lineup of presses. They make their own presses as well. And they definitely, I know my buddy Jared, who is presenting also in the summit, can definitely get you started on the best one for you. So if you're looking for 15x15, you can't go wrong, as long as we're not, and I say this loosely, not to out anybody that's watching or out any of us, but sometimes the Amazon 6-in-1 application presses aren't the most efficient. So you definitely want to get yourself something that's more commercial grade, but you don't have to break the bank to do it. So most of these presses are under $1,000, and some of them are even under, $600 or $500. So they're definitely very obtainable to get. But definitely, if you want a 15x15 squared, reach out to Heat Press Nation. They have a full lineup of heat presses in various sizes, and honestly, those are the ones that I like to use personally when I'm at home, if I don't already have it. Secondly to that, if you want something that's a little bit more commercial grade, or potentially more commercial grade, but it is a little higher on the spectrum of cost, Hottronics has a great selection as well of heat presses that we use all the time in the studio. So you definitely can get all of that over at heatpressnation.com today.
So here's just a little bit of the 15x15 presses at Heat Press Nation. They have this Craft Pro 15x15 in several different colors. Of course, pink is my favorite. I have the 9x13 version of this one. And then I also have this one, which is probably my favorite. It is this 15x15 auto open slide out. And that's a little more expensive. So these are kind of two different price points. And I would highly recommend either one of those. The nice thing about the slide out one is that I have a little trouble. I mean, not a slide. They both have slide outs. Both the Craft Pro and the other one have slide out. But the nice thing with the auto open is, as we get a little older, I have trouble with my hands, little arthritis in my hands. So I really like that auto open feature on that 15 by 15 press. So.
Absolutely. Well, and to second that too, with not just speaking on the auto open, which is like the best feature you can get in a press anyway. But I always call some of those clam style heat presses, meaning the ones that look like an alligator mouth, not the ones that use that pressure. I always call them knuckle draggers, because in my house, if I don't have a slide drawer, I'm hitting my knuckles on the back end when I'm threading a shirt. So having that slide out platen really helps too, because it keeps you away from the heat. It also allows you to be able to line up your designs, and you're not kind of looking underneath the hood of a press just to be able to see where your designs fall. So those are always really, really great presses to have.
Exactly.
Awesome.
All right. I'll put a link to those presses in the comments after the live. So
awesome.
We have another question here. Jessie says, can you adjust the size with HTV? I think she was asking this when you were talking about the rhinestone feature. If I'm wrong, Jessie, correct me. But I think that's what she was talking about.
Okay, yes. So that's a great question. Inside Leonardo, using the rhinestone tool, not only can you change the color of your rhinestones, so you get an actual physical photo or image of what those rhinestones will look like, but also you're able to change the size anywhere from, I want to say the lowest is like SS4 or 3 that we have inside the software, all the way on up to the max amount. So we've really tried to hit all of the spectrum of sizes. You can, also the other part is there too. There's a smart fill tool that will basically fill in your design and kind of choose what to do with the rhinestones to make them all fit properly. But you can also do things like change the angle of the rhinestones, whether you want them to be vertically, you want them to be laid out in a circular pattern, or you just want them to fill the space itself. You're able to add a contour in rhinestones. You're able to fill shapes in there. You're able to choose text in there. You're able to do a lot of adjustments right within there. And one of the best features of the rhinestone tool in Leonardo Design Studio is if you take your rhinestone bag and you divide, obviously, how many rhinestones are in there divided by the cost, so we know exactly how much those individual rhinestones cost. You can put that data inside the rhinestone tool. It will automatically create your design, count how many rhinestones it took to make it, and then give you an actual revenue cost of how much you're spending to create that design. So we've even gone a little bit into the business world of trying to calculate some of those things for you, so you don't have to think about it.
That's great. That's great. So speaking of Leonardo, just in case people are not familiar with it, and of course I know you all want us to buy a Juliet or to have a Juliet. But if they don't have a Juliet, they can still use the Leonardo software, correct?
100%. So one of my favorite parts about Leonardo is when we sat down and we started talking about it, it was how do we present this to the audience where not only is it accessible and obtainable, but it also is cost effective. So if you are somebody that is just using your software for creating, you can use Leonardo Design Studio. Obviously, if you're a basic user, you have to have a Romeo or a Juliet. But if you do want to subscribe to the Pro, you have not only the ability to import multiple file types in our basic version, but in our Pro version, you can actually export your files. So little pro tip from me here, just because this is a very private and public video, I will tell you, if you got a friend that has Pro, send them your design that you want, have them export it and send it back to you if you're a basic user. Just make it easy on yourself. And one of the cool things too with Leonardo is we didn't want to hold you guys or hold anybody up against a corner and say that when you buy Pro, now you get new designs and you get assets. We know the companies out there that do that. And a lot of times it's giving you a lot of things just to be able to charge you. So for us at Siser, all designs, whether you're a basic or pro user, are 100% commercial free for you to use. They're all either made in-house by our graphics team here, or they're included in our design studio through things like our AI generator. If you are somebody that needs to use AI, no designers out there yell at me during the live. But if you are a designer that does need to use AI to create some designs, we also pull from all of your designs. We do obviously copyright checks and all of those kind of things. But if they are something that we think the mass audience might want, we'll actually throw those in Leonardo too. So you might even see some of the prompts that you've prompted for your AI designs through Leonardo Apprentice right over into the design library. But in Leonardo Design Studio, each page is laid out really easily for you. Into the home page, there is a software tutorial page and cutter tutorial page where you can get all of your tutorials to learn your software, learn your cutters. There's also a design library with a lot of designs to choose from. And one integration we just added is if you're a Canva user, you can log in to your Canva account through Leonardo, and you can actually take those designs and start cutting them right out of Leonardo. So there's a great integration. And then one of my favorite, because I know the mobile app is one of your favorite, Terry, but one of my favorite in Leonardo is we've actually added a material library too. So you can search any material, get everything, all the information you would find right on our website, including application instructions, what type of materials, what type of certifications do they have for each of those materials. So you really never have to go and bounce around to a bunch of different sources just to be able to create a design.
Oh, that's great. And I just posted the comment from one of our instructors. Her class is also tomorrow, and she is actually cutting and teaching on the Juliet. So you're going to want to watch that to learn more about it if you're new to it. Yeah. And also, tutorials. That was another thing that came to my mind when you were talking. So because it's a new software and it sounds really advanced, not advanced, it sounds...
it's definitely a learning curve. We'll call it that. Yeah.
So is there tutorials? Are there trainings? Where can they go for help?
Absolutely. So one of the best resources is over on the Siser North America YouTube channel. You can just type in Siser North America over on YouTube, and it will pop up. There is an entire playlist that is not only for the software and cutter specific, but one series that I've recently been doing, well, I can't say recent, we're 21 episodes in now, is the Siser After Dark series that I've put on. And what I've basically done is every other Wednesday, so 2 Wednesdays every month, it's a closed circuit class at the 7 p.m. Eastern hour so that everybody has access to it globally. And I teach everything from cutters to software to new crafts, new ways to design, things to look out for, troubleshooting. So there is a playlist, Siser After Dark, over on our YouTube channel. You can go and check it out today. And the first 3 episodes are all on the cutters and everything you need to know about software. So those really will get you started on learning. And then everything on after that, we're just creating fun stuff together. That's really it. You know, at the end of the day, they turn me loose sometimes out of the cage, and I like to teach a thing or two.
That's my favorite thing too. That's how I got started in all of this. That's great information. And so just head on over to After Dark and Siser YouTube channel and check out some training there.
Very cool.
So I have another question about the rhinestones here. Carrie said she was watching someone do rhinestones in Leo and it had size 10. What is the smaller one for?
Oh, that's a really great question. So if I'm understanding it correctly, you're talking about the stone size. So usually you'll hear things in the rhinestone world like SS or PP, which is plate. I can't remember what the PP is, like plate, some pearl plate. And then you have your SS, which is your stone size. All that is, guys, is a unit of measurement for how big the rhinestone is, and that's just a rhinestone measurement. So there's some smaller ones in there as well to hit various sizes of rhinestones that are available out there in the market that may be lower than SS10 and may be higher than SS20. Now, one of the other benefits of us adding, miscellaneous sizes on top of that is if you are somebody that wants to use a heat transfer vinyl like holographic to make faux rhinestones, but you want smaller stones than what you traditionally can get out there, you're able to accomplish that. So we wanted to make sure the full spectrum was in there, and then some, really just to help you guys out.
All right, so Carrie, does that answer your question? She said at 2 size 10. I'm not sure. Do you understand that, Patrick?
Because it's all the way down to like SS2 is like the smallest rhinestone size. So most people, I think the standard out there is probably SS10, SS16, SS12. So, anything outside of that, it's like, what is even the use case? Which I also thought about myself when we first started launching it, but I think it makes sense when you want to hit different sizes. And some companies out there have, various sizes other than just your standard SS10, which is typical for most people to use, I would assume.
Yeah. SS2 would be really small.
Really tiny.
So, yeah, really tiny. So, okay, I'm going through here and looking at the comments. I did see Marilyn Oh, she was talking about her creative Fabrica is how she found out about Siser when you had the campaign where you got the free kit of HTV. And then she said when she renewed for a second year, she got another free kit of glitter. So do you know, Patrick, if that promotion is still going on?
Are we still doing the tool promotion? And I think we still are. I believe we still are. We're not 100% sure. We can get more info and maybe post that out later into like the group so that you have it. But yeah, that's the cool part is that here at Siser, sometimes we throw stuff at the wall like that where we'll be like, you know what, let's do a kit every time somebody renews. And sometimes you get super lucky, and everybody here knows, and Anna's already rolling her eyes. Anytime we do a live, I'm giving away everything anyway. So we usually have a lot of stuff out there in the market that you can obtain just to try out Siser and see if it's something you like. I think the last sample pack they sent out was for our easy transfers, which is our DTF solution here at Siser. I know Siser, heat transfer vinyl, DTF, what the heck's going on? But listen, it's a heat applicable material. We want to make sure that we have access to creating the best, most efficient, most quality for you guys out there in the industry. So we got into the DTF world as well this year, which has been an interesting one to figure out, but we're very happy to have a CPSI certified ink, CPSI certified adhesives. All of our materials that we use are very eco-friendly. All of our printing processes that we've have proprietary now are all really, really eco-friendly to hopefully take out some of the danger of what DTF was when it first started. So.
And just so you know, Heat Press Nation also has DTF, and Saturday, Jared is doing a class on everything you want to know about DTF. So you definitely want to check that out.
And I will say too, definitely check out Jared's class. Him and I are really good buddies in the industry, and I've gotten a little bit of a lowdown on what the class will be as we were kind of talking about the summit, and I'm really excited actually to watch this one myself. So he doesn't let me see the video beforehand, but at least I can sign up and watch.
I've seen it. So.
Yeah, see, there you go.
So I'm not sure that we've answered Carrie's question. She said there were 2 size 10s, and she did. Okay. Do you understand that?
Yeah. So from if I'm understanding it correctly, and if I'm understanding the way that it was done in Leonardo, SS10 and PP10 are actually 2 different size increments. So if you see like an SS10 on the line, it'll tell you it's, you know, however many millimeters that is. Underneath it, you might see like a PP10, which would, again, essentially the same size. It's just I think one is slightly larger in case your stones don't go and fit perfectly into SS10 size. Here's the thing. I would stick with whatever unit of measurement makes the most sense. If you're used to hearing it in SS, if you're used to hearing it by millimeter, stick with those, and there's really not a big difference sometimes in softwares too. I will say as a developer of our software, sometimes there's redundancies, and some of those redundancies end up sitting there for a long time, even though you ask to have them updated. So I appreciate that. We're going to actually take a look at that and make sure that that's a little bit more, I think, spelled out appropriately, because that's a great question to have. But obviously that shows that there's a little confusion in the tool, which is the cool part is I can call Tony, our software developer, right now, and he's got it fixed by the morning. And you know Tony really well too. So, you know, he's working around the clock all the time. I don't think he sleeps.
No, and he is a wizard with the software. Just a magic wizard. So, yeah. Sure. Okay, good. I hope that answered your question, Carrie. Yeah. So Susan asked a question, and this is about the DTF, I believe. I think that's yeah. Okay. So she's asking, do you just put them on the heat press?
Correct. So DTF, or direct to film, all that means is it is the same printing process as a direct to garment, which means that it's just printing upside down and mirrored onto a film with basically all of the color first, and then the adhesive as the last layer. So that definitely works with your conventional heat press, and that is a heat applicable thing. Now, I will say here at Siser, if you head over to our website at www.siserna.com, siserna.com, you can go over to our material tab, and it will actually give you a little icon on each of those pages on whether it's a heat transfer material, meaning heat applicable, or it's a pressure sensitive vinyl. So it's a great resource to learn from as well. And like I mentioned earlier, because I know you like the mobile app, We also have an awesome, terrific mobile app that can literally just sit on your phone in your pocket. And you can also see on those pages that'll tell you what is a heat transfer as well as what is a pressure sensitive. So to answer the question, easy transfers are a heat transferable material. You'll simply pre-press your garment, place your design on, press it down for the allotted time that's over on the easy transfer tab on the website. If I'm not mistaken, 280 for 10 seconds. Is that right? 280, 10 seconds? I want to say it's 280, 10 seconds.
8 to 10.
Yeah.
So,
and then
I
rip it
pulled
away.
up-
Cool, and you're good to go. Sorry.
No. I interrupted you. So I've pulled up the Siser app here on their website, and you can download it here, and it gives you application instructions, ideas, color swatches, all kinds of things here.
Yep.
And so I find that really helpful. And you know, I know people live on their phones these days, so you can go ahead and download those. And the answer is yes, Susan. You just stick them on there, and it's amazing how they turn out. It's beautiful. I've been doing a lot for my grandson's baseball teams, and they look awesome. Very professional.
Awesome. And also, as you'll see, that's a great question to ask, because that is a very much a reason why you want to attend Jared's class on Saturday, where he's going to go over the full process. And DTF is really cool. For anybody out there that uses heat transfer materials, we love the dimension. We love the look and the effects that e-transfer can give. But let's all be honest in here. Sometimes weeding intricate designs or full color designs, they're a little bit of a pain in the butt. So DTF offers a full color solution for you. And all you have to do is send in your artwork. It's printed and shipped to you. You cut it off the roll and you can press it onto your shirt. You don't really have to do much. So definitely make sure that you attend that class over on Saturday to kind of learn a little bit more about the world of DTF.
The most important thing I've found is that you have a good resolution image, really high resolution image.
Yeah, and a lot of, I will say, a lot of brands now are starting to get a little bit better with the technology, meaning that they are stopping you. If they find that you have a lower resolution image, you'll see those little stopping points in place for you when you're uploading to let you know, like, hey, this is low res. Just so you know, if you hit continue, we're just going to print what you sent us. Or you have an opportunity now to actually correct your artwork. And even some companies go as far as grabbing artists within the company to help you to kind of fix that artwork as well. So it makes it really easy for you. But again, all of the DTF, heat transfer, all of those things can also be found in Leonardo Design Studio. And I do have to say, I got a shameless plug for all of our attendees, though. Any VIP attendees, I know that they get, 6 months of pro unlimited sports bundle that we got with Creative Fabrica. So that right there, you can get your pro, you can start getting in, you can do your transfers right from the software, reach out to Jared over at Heat Press Nation, get your transfers from them. And I mean, everything's kind of set it and forget it. It's really, we try to make it as easy as possible.
And just for those that are not VIP members, how much is the Leonardo Pro?
Leonardo Design Studio Pro is $8.99 a month, or you get a 20% discount if you purchase for the year. Now, I always like to make sure to follow that up with what we do in Leonardo that's a little bit different. So traditionally, you have two different subscription models. You have the Silhouette model, which is buy your software, and then once there's a big update, you then can purchase that package to update. And then you have the Cricut model, which is a month-to-month subscription. Well, what we found with the Cricut model, which we love our friends over at Cricut too, so this is nothing bad on them, but offering and saying you get 1 million different new assets if you sign up for Pro. You guys know there's things like Creative Fabrica, DaFont, Terry's website, places you can get designs and fonts already for either free or you already have those subscriptions. So for us, we don't give you any additional assets. What we're in it for is we want to develop a software that has all of the tools and functions that you guys want. An example of that, a creator reached out to us who uses screen print, or she does screen printing, but she uses PSV, adhesive vinyl, to make her stencils. She said, hey, I don't know how I'm going to line up 4 or 5 colors. I reached out to our buddy, Tony, and within 24 hours, he had a solution for us built in software that made her job really easy, but now it's also affected every other creator in making it really easy for them to register and line up multicolor. So those are some of the things that we actually do with that subscription model, just so everybody knows, because I always feel like that's a touchy subject. It's like AI. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people have been doing it one way for a really long time, but we really definitely try to constantly develop and constantly create more for you in software. So we're not just telling you, here's some more fonts, because that's not fair for you guys. You can keep your own designs in Leonardo. You should be able to create and create the way that you want without having to break the bank. So we're really excited about that.
And so a free 6-month subscription is worth the purchase of a VIP pass.
Done.
It is more than covers the purchase of the pass if you want to have a 6-month. And then in addition, you get unlimited access to your classes and tons of other bonuses. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. You mentioned AI, and I actually love it.
See, there we go.
I use it all the time, and my class Summit is creating stickers with AI.
I love it.
So yeah. So, and I think it's tomorrow is when it goes live, I think. And I love AI, and all of the graphics that you've been seeing for the Summit, I created in AI. So I like designing, but I'm not very good at it. And so I'm getting really good at AI. So
that's it. You just got to get good at prompting. That's the new designing, is I can prompt now, which is good. I think there's useful tools in this, and that's why we added it into software for the creators that prefer to create that way, because not everybody, is an Anna where they can bust out a design. I can't do it even for lives, so it's like, my team, I rely heavily on our graphics team when I need designs, or if I need a quick design for them to make for me, they're able to do it. But other than that, it's like, it is a useful tool. It can be a useful tool if used the right way.
And I love it. Tool that you use in your designing. I'm not saying I don't design. I do. Right. I design a lot. I design a lot in Silhouette Studio. I design in Adobe Illustrator, but I have to crank out, as you guys do, a lot of graphics, a lot of designs. And so it helps me a lot to use it. And then I modify it. I take it into my software and I fix it and change it. And and so
we all work, right? Most of us have 9 to 5. Sometimes we don't have a couple hours to draw inspiration, then design something and fix it. So it also helps with speed. It's like, hey, I want to create these things. I have the idea in my head, but I just want to get them out there so then I can start fixing them. And it's like, it's a great option and a great tool to use, coupled in addition to designing, or if you're using that as just your design tool in general.
That's how I feel about it. So,
of course.
And it'll never replace designers.
No,
but it is a nice tool, just like all the other tools that we use. So, All right. I'm not seeing any more questions. Did you have any other products or anything you wanted to share with us today?
So I want to show, if we can show this on camera, we'll see if we can capture this. But this is a really cool. So a lot of people have known about our embossed technique in the past. However, what we have been doing recently, let me see if I can get a little bit closer there. There we go. That's a little bit better. So what we've been doing recently is we've actually been taking some of our heat transfer material. And so this material that's on here, I just want to talk about it really quickly. This is a newer material that we launched this year, and it's called Pure HT. Pure HT is the first fully biodegradable material of its kind in the industry. It took our team 5 years to develop this material, and it comes in a beautiful, beautiful array of colors. This stuff is awesome, not only because of the way it's manufactured, eco-friendly, but also that you can, and it's funny because I look back to the live that we did. We took some Pure HT, we put it in a potted plant because, and I'm always skeptical. I'm a creator, so it's like, yeah, sure, it's going to biodegrade. Well, we put it in like 3 weeks before the live. When we got to the live day, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I could only find, the only reason I knew where it was at is because there was a small piece of the carrier that I put in there with it. So if I lost it, it would be there. So it completely biodegraded in way less time than our guarantee, which is 90 days typically is how long it will take. But we're very excited about what's coming up in the future for Siser of eco-friendly, trying to figure out a way to keep the planet green, but also create materials. Because the way that these materials were made in the 70s and 80s and 90s, they were all poly-based. So they're all plastic-based materials, basically. They've now moved into water-based manufacturing and water-soluble products and all those things that keep it safer for you. So I had to highlight, obviously, the Pure HT once, just because I know that there's a lot of, people in here that are vegan, okay, approved, and want biodegradable products and want things that are better for the earth and more sustainable. So I will say, don't take a t-shirt, make it with Pure, put that in the ground, let it biodegrade, and then make another t-shirt out of it. That's probably not best method, but you can definitely do it if you want. But yeah, so along with the Pure HT, we're just excited for this next evolution. As we were talking beforehand, we're moving studio spaces, so that's why it's kind of barren here right now. But all of these really, really fun things that are coming up really soon. We're getting excited to launch some new products. I'm gonna cross my fingers that they're gonna be here in time, but we're excited about some new stuff that's coming early in the year too. So big things coming.
So let me ask you a quick question about the Pure HT. How does that hold up on your garment?
Beautifully. So here's the thing, it needs microorganisms to break down. So if you're washing it in your conventional washer dryer, it's not going to break down on the garment. It's super soft. This is actually Pure HT on my shirt. It's a super soft, and it feels a lot like, because you'll remember our old stretch and how soft and thin that product was.
Yes.
It very much feels thinner than that. And so it holds up extremely well. Dye migration is not a problem that I've seen so far. We haven't put it on too many polyester like dyed stuff, but dye migration hasn't been a huge issue, but it's really something that we really worked hard to do. So like I said, it needs those microorganisms to physically break it down. So it's not going to break down conventionally with like rain or washing or anything like that. Anna, did you have something? Sorry.
Well, I was just going to add that I love the matte finish. And like when you say soft, like the actual material is soft.
Yeah.
Like I almost, don't yell at me, I almost like it better than Easy Weed. I wish it came in more colors, but it's like one of those things that you have to feel in person. It just doesn't.
It feels like if you were to flood like a polymer carrier with just screen print ink and then cut that screen print ink and press it on a shirt. That it is the closest thing to screen print that I've found in the industry. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to get me some and check it out. So
send her some. Yeah, we'll send you some.
Okay, great.
We're already on it. We're already on it. We got you.
To try it. So we do have another question that I think you're gonna like. Darla said she's not familiar with Siser. Welcome. I'm glad you came today.
Oh, very cool.
And
welcome.
She asks, can you show your machines?
Sure. Yeah. Right or left? Oh no, you mean the cutter. The cutter. Got it. All right. So this right here is the Juliet high definition cutter. This is our 12-inch cutting system. Now, with this, we say it's 12-inch, but you actually have like 13.5 inches of cutting space from edge to edge. One of the big reasons why is our actual blade head and housing fit inside of our machine itself. Now, this one does come with a door and a hood as a dust cover. However, we do have another model of this, which is our Romeo, and it's obviously twice as long. It's a 25-inch cutter. One of the big benefits of the Romeo and Juliet, though, is not only do I manually place my blade where I'd like it to be, but it also has a commercial style blade holder and also commercial style blades themselves. Now, in the package, you'll get two 45-degree blades and you'll get one 60-degree blade as well as your blade housing and an adapter for our sublimation markers. But this machine and the system is really great. Not only do we have all of your basic settings, like you can connect to Wi-Fi. We don't do Bluetooth. We do a Wi-Fi connection. It's a little bit more stable to network and name your equipment. We also have inside the system as well, under the general settings, you can change things like your LEDs. You can turn them off. You can turn them on if you'd like. You can also lower the percentage of LED brightness. We have things like alerts. This is one thing that I really love that we did with the cutters. For all of our folks that are a little bit hard of hearing, but not hard of sight, we have a few different alerts that will let you know, like an LED light that will blink to say your design is done cutting. Or if the opposite, if you're hard of sight, but not hard of hearing and still want to be a creator, we also have, as you can hear, a little tiny chime effect that goes off so that you know your cuts are done and you can get on to your next project. Now, one of the big pieces of the Romeo and Juliet and what we're really excited about, two things: test cut on every single page for you. So now you have a test cut option right there and you can make all your adjustments, but also you can go into a full cut setting library and have every single one of your Siser materials, but that's not all. You're also able to go into a cut setting. You can rename that cut setting. Once you're done with that, you can now go into the physical cut setting menu, change the speed and the force of that. So you can customize any of these settings and override them to whatever material you use. So maybe you don't use Siser Easy Weed. Maybe you like to use, I don't know, you like to use Oracle, right? Instead of using a Starling for pressure sensitive vinyl. Well, I can go in here and I can change the name and I can set it up for Oracle. So every time I cut, it's going to have the same settings. Same for the paper crafters and anything like that as well. And it's really convenient for you. One of the big, huge benefits, though, of the Romeo and the Juliet is our print and cut. We are the most accurate print and cut. This is proven. This has been tested, not just by us, but third party. We are the most accurate print and cut in the industry because we do not use an optical eye. Optical eyes, for anybody out there that typically uses craft machines, is a sensor that's inside the machine head that will try to find basically the parameter of the registration marks that are printed on the page, and then it will basically cut all of the data within those marks. Our high definition cameras are physically finding the registration marks, and they're not just mapping out the physical like location of the mark. They're physically finding the actual mark so that we get super accurate on cutting. Secondly to that is our cutters are super, super precise, even with small detail. So you can actually cut very, very small down to 2 millimeter or less. I have a video over on my Instagram from Printing United a couple years ago where I actually cut Brick 600, which, Terry, I know you've used Brick 600 before. It's a thick material, but I was able to actually cut a love story begins here. So that whole phrase, which was the launch phrase for our Romeo and our Juliet, I was able to cut that the size of a chapstick out of our Brick 600 on the cutter. So it really is a cutter that has kind of changed the way people are designing, the way people are creating, and we're very excited about that. A lot of challenges too, right? But at the end of the day, being able to individually adjust the pinch wheels so that you can hit material 2 inches all the way up to the full spectrum, being able to hit or use 11 by 17 pages on the Romeo, or I mean on the Juliet, even though it's a 12-inch cutter, that is a real big benefit for you and space-wise, because now you don't have to have a huge cutter to be able to cut bigger projects. You can do it right from your Juliet and still allow yourself that room and that forgiveness when you need it.
So that's great information. And speaking of settings, Carrie asked, what materials can you cut on Romeo and Juliet?
Very good question. So over on our website, I know that should be under the resource tab, right? The material chart.
I don't know if we actually have that on our website.
Okay, I know we've posted it before, but on the Romeo and the Juliet, we have a large list. So if you're not already a part of the Siser North America support group, I know that we have not only our hotkeys for Romeo and Juliet and Leonardo, but we also have a full material library of what you can cut on there as well. But heat transfer vinyl, obviously, pressure sensitive vinyl. We also have an etching and engraving tool, so we can fit in acrylic sheets if you want to etch or engrave. We also paper crafting. I mean, any size paper that you really need, vellum, stencil material, EVA foam for our cosplay folks. I'm actually doing an event at the end of the month that's a cosplay show. So we're going to be able to show people how you can create with that. And then also too some thinner woods and stamp materials. And there's a laundry list of stuff on there. So head over to our website at siserna.com, or if it's not there, join our support group over at Siser North America Support on Facebook, and you'll be able to see it's pinned at the top of the page, all of those fun pieces of information.
Okay, great. Thank you, Patrick.
No problem.
And Angela said, is the only difference between the Romeo and Juliet is the size?
I love this question because it's always a resounding yes. Just the size is the only difference, and you get an additional pinch wheel because of the size of the machine. That's it. Other than that, I mean, there's no door and no hood on it. It's open, more like a commercial cutter. But as far as the connectivity, the material library, the ability to change the light, the camera, everything is identical. It really just comes down to footprint and what are you creating every day? Are you making things that are a larger platform than 12 inches? Then Romeo's probably your go-to. If you're a paper crafter that only works with 12 by 12 inch paper, then Juliet might be the option for you. It really comes down to your need and then price point. And one of the big benefits of the Romeo and Juliet is the price point is only a couple $100 difference between the two. So Juliet retails normally at like $499 and then $699 for the Romeo. Right now we got an Amazon bundle. We got bundles going on everywhere. So you definitely can get your hands on that. Head over to heatpressnation.com too. Shameless plug for our friends over at Heat Press Nation. Jared's going to love this because this whole thing is about Jared. I love him. But over at heatpressnation.com, you can also use, we have a promo code. So it's Siser, so SISER, and then HPN10 for 10% off site an all Siser material. And if I'm not mistaken, I'll let Anna do the fun part. That also includes cutters, correct?
It does indeed.
Nice. So it also includes Romeo and Juliet. So you can get 10% off cutters as well by heading over to our friends over at heatpressnation.com.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So unless there's any more questions. Oh, one thing, you may not have it there with you, Patrick, but do you have a garment with the puff glitter close by?
Oh, do I ever? Of course. All righty. I will give Anna credit as she's flipping her hair in the background. She brought them for me. So this right here is the actual brand new glitter puff. The light with the studio lights all broken down now, you can't see the shimmer of the actual glitter itself, but these come in beautiful, beautiful array of colors. And there's a lot to choose from. So if you head over to our YouTube channel, we just launched our YouTube walkthrough video of the material itself, sizes, and all of the different colors that are available. You can find that over at Siser North America on YouTube today.
Okay, great. That looks really cute.
Absolutely.
Really.
Yeah, this one, this is an Emily one, right? And available in software, correct?
Yes, and if you go follow us on Instagram,
yeah,
shameless plug. We actually just posted a photo of that with the 3 colors of glitter puff that we used. And if you comment, I can't remember, I think Ghoul, which would be something clever of Adam. We will send you that SVG for free.
There you go. So now you can get that SVG for free.
There you go. There you go. So thank you. Thank you. The people are loving the glitter, and Jackie said she bought some yesterday and hasn't made anything with it yet.
That is okay. Listen, you will find inspiration, and when it hits, it's going to hit like a cannonball, like it did for me in the video, because I made my design about 5 minutes before I came down to film, because it just that's what happens, right? Sometimes you got to look at it for days, and it'll come to you. So no big deal.
Anna, you need to throw a little bit of the new colors in there for me on that one too.
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely. And then I was actually thinking I should probably throw some sheets into whoever wins our giveaway as well.
Ooh, yeah. So that's another thing too.
Which, speaking of giveaways, let me go ahead and bring that page up. I want to encourage everyone to enter the giveaways. Hang on. I'm kind of new to this whole live YouTube thing.
That's okay. So, and I can kind of lay it out for them too. So everybody that's a part of the summit can enter the giveaway to get a chance to win a Juliet. Do they also get, I believe it's 6 months free of Pro, correct?
It might be 12.
12. Oh, it might even be 12 months. Yeah. 12.
Here you go. Is it on the screen? Hang on.
Yep. There's a material bundle in there, but everything is like an $800 or $900 value. So there's a lot of stuff you're getting just for hanging out on the summit and then entering a giveaway. That's pretty much the value of face value of a ticket itself. You know, it's like that pays for itself.
Yeah. And these giveaways are available to everyone, not just VIP members. These are available to everyone. And so I'm pretty sure I sent a link out in the email today, but I will make sure to include it tomorrow in case I didn't.
Cool.
But we have this is an awesome giveaway. We have some from Silhouette America. Here are our sponsors, Eat Press Nation. And those are not loaded yet, but those are going to be gift cards that you can use on the HPN website, which is awesome. And some of our other sponsors are giving away some other really great prizes. So you want to make sure that you head on over and check out the giveaways. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Okay. Oh, Marilyn says she's planning on winning that.
I like it. Marilyn, I need you to win one for me because they never let me enter my own giveaways. So
sorry.
They don't ever let me do it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I think if we don't have any other questions, that's it for this afternoon. Awesome. Thank you, Patrick. This has been awesome. It has answered so many questions and been super informative. And I'm so glad that you all joined us today. It's getting to be lunchtime, I know, for a lot of you. And now tomorrow, I have Brenda Lambert of Silhouette Success. We're going to be doing a live with her, and we're going to be talking about quite a few different things. And so if you haven't yet, head on over and watch your classes, and we'll have more tomorrow, 7 new ones tomorrow. So, and I know a couple of them are with the Juliet. I believe that Julie Thompson's class today is with the Juliet as well. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you check that out. So all right. Thank you so much, Anna and Patrick and Adam and all the crew at Siser. We really appreciate your support and all your participation in the summit. It's been great. It's been great. So,
well, thank you. And thank you so much, by the way, one more time, just for having us and obviously doing what you do for a living and educating the industry and creating things like this, because without these kind of things, you know, folks out there sometimes can be lost when it comes to creating and education and understanding this world. So the things that you're doing, the team is doing, and everybody attending, it's been awesome, awesome, awesome to create for this event. I'm excited already for the next one. So let us know when it's happening. And again, thank you so much for just taking the time to put this crew of people together, all of these educators in one place for the audience. I think it's a great thing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I started many, many years ago. My passion has always been education. In the embroidery world. That's where I started all of this. And I used to, you know, people would buy these very expensive sewing and embroidery machines, thousands of dollars, and nobody was showing them how to use it. Yeah. And I'm like, well, this is just dumb. And because not only is it dumb for the consumer, it's dumb for the retailer. Because if they don't know how to use it, they're not going to buy materials. They're not going to upgrade. And so anyway, that's how all of this got started. I used to have a store, an embroidery and quilting store. And when I closed, that's where I discovered cutters. So silhouette, so I could cut my machine embroidery appliques. And one thing led to another. And
here you are.
Here I am. So
there you are.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It was really great. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. We'll see you then.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.